Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Joe. As you know, I did my Friday Bill Burr reaction cast. It is Friday night, and I'm gonna do a bonus one because it has been a wild fucking day. We're gonna jump right into the conversation. We're gonna talk about it, and a couple things I want to clear up with Bill. Now, all right. So I have had a drink or two, so don't fucking judge. I'm goddamn 30 something. I can have a drink if I want. It's Friday, damn it. Fucking, you should be enjoying your weekend too. If you're off weekends, enjoy that shit. If you're off, weekdays or Monday, Thursday or whatever, fucking enjoy your days off, man. We work 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, 60, 70, whatever you work. We bust our asses. And I'm not saying that Bill and the other rich folks don't. But if you put it into perspective, I'm busting my ass, I'm not going to say for a company I don't like. I'm not going to say any of that because the people are awesome. Everything's good. It's not the company. It's the fact that I'm giving up 40 hours a week of my life that I will never get back. I can't relive those 40 hours. I can't go back and say, well, I'll work the 40 for you, but then I also want the same 40 that I can go, play snowball fights or fucking, go do this, roller skating or what. That's how it is. Us normal people, everybody listening, if you fucking listen this far, thank you. But anybody listening, you know what I'm saying. It's Friday. We're fucking working 40 hours. You may work over the weekend. You may not. Regardless, you put your full time in. But no, I just had a few things to say. So I wanted to clear up this morning. Like I said, Bill posted his shit, late. I'm not bitching. I mean, I'm bitching. I'm only bitching because I want to get his fucking attention so I could actually have a fucking lunch with the guy. Or dinner or something, have a burger or something, just, if I'm gonna fucking buy a ticket to fly out to New York, buy a ticket for the Glengarry fucking Dingleberry Ross show, and, I'm making fun of it, I'm teasing, I'm not being a dick, but, I'm being a dick, but, in a funny way, but, no, if I could fly out and afford that shit, of course, I'd be out there to meet my favorite comedian. Are you kidding? Him, Cat Williams, Theo Vaughn. There's a couple guys that just, they're fucking hilarious. Cat, he claims to tell the truth, and going by his interview, I'm not gonna say yes or no. I'm not there. I don't see it. I don't see this happening at this party or that happening at that party or this person saying, do this to me. But I'm not saying Cat's wrong at all. I fully believe him because I can see myself in that position. I can see myself living in, he said he lived in Miami at one point in a park, and every homeless person had either a drug or a problem that caused them to be homeless. And he said, I don't want to be like that. And then he talks about going into Hollywood and how, this person and that person said, we want you to do this and that. And, this homoerotic or this, sexual act or whatever the case may be. And Cat said he stayed, clean and straight and narrow, which, again, we're in 2025. No judgment against any fucking buddy. I don't care what letter you are. I don't care what letter you represent. I don't care what number, what shade of color. I don't care if you're pasty fucking pale white like me and Bill. Oh, Billy Freckles fucking Broadway balls. Or if you're so dark, and again, like I said, this is no care. But if you're so dark that when you smile at night, all we see is your teeth, I still don't care. You are a human fucking being. I'm a human being. Like I always say, you put us, in a museum together, take the fucking skin off, put both bodies in a museum, like you got you donate your body to fucking medical research, whatever it is. Put me and, because I'm frizzy-haired, dandruff white boy, fucking dry skin, pale white, vitamin D deficient because I'm not in the sun enough. I mean, I'm damn near fucking, what is it, man? Oh my god, vampire. It's like I'm a fucking vampire. I do like the sun, but being from Florida, moving to Michigan, obviously it's a new thing. So I gotta get used to the sun here and see what my tolerances are, blah, blah, blah. I haven't been here for a full summer, not even a full year. But regardless, so point is, Bill says, fly out, all my fans and friends and my loved ones and whatever, blah, 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 yada, yada. Fly out to New York. What a great excuse. You fly out, you get a ticket, you benefit Patrice O'Neal, which, nothing against Patrice O'Neal or his family. Like I said, I'd love to, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'd love to help out. I'd love to give to a family in need or a family that, that is struggling. That's not the issue. But what I wanted to clear up, two things was first of all, I said I was talking about looking at prices for tickets in the Detroit, metro area, because that's more or less the area I would have to go to watch a show. Nikki Glazer is the same price as the Patrice O'Neal show. Same price. I don't know if the tickets are, I don't know if the Patrice O'Neal tickets are like front row versus, Nikki was obviously it's nosebleeds and it's you're paying a little more for the front rows, but the point is, and obviously this is all just a joke, Bill, you funny cunt, if you hear it, but why would I pay for a flight and a hotel and a ticket to barely, possibly, just possibly have a 5-second fucking autograph and a photo, like one photo, one autograph with you, Bill, which, again, you're my favorite comedian, you're fucking hilarious. I don't care if you're 90 years old or not. I want to meet you, you're fucking funny as fuck. I agree with almost everything you say. Not as in, not as in the negative way. I don't agree in the fuck this, fuck that, all that. But you know what I mean. You're doing it for funny. Obviously you're married to a very dark-skinned woman. You're not being racist. You're not being sexist. Or if you are, it's completely out of joking. That's where I feel we click, is because, everything I say is out of 100% joking, love, care, whatever the case, except for what I'm going to finish this cast on, and that's why I had to do this bonus cast. So, last thing about Bill, I mentioned the, whatever the fuck I just mentioned, I can't even remember, because today's got me so wound up. It was a fucking wild Friday. But, no, so second thing Bill said, he said that I didn't get to respond to. Actually, it was on Monday. And today's Friday, so, we got two podcasts, Monday and Thursday. And I still fucked up. And that's what I was talking about with my notes is, I go off my notes, but it's all live reading. It's all live, like literally I'm not, I don't have any editing skills yet. I'm trying to figure it the fuck out so I can actually make something, funny and not fucking, oh, hold on, let me pause while I get my fucking, breakfast in the drive-thru or some dumb shit like that. But, no, so Bill, what was he? Oh, he's talking about his dad. And like I said, I've always compared our dads, pretty much equal because, although yes, Bill says his dad was rough, tough, asshole. If you want to, excuse me, I'm sorry. If you want to compare Bill's dad to Frank in F is for Family, the cartoon show that Bill made. You want to compare him to him? I'll tell you what. I'll take Frank over my dad fucking any day. Any fucking day. And I'm not, I know it's a cartoon. I know it's a joke. I know it's not fully, it is based on him loosely, but I know it's not, I don't fucking know what his dad was like. Okay? I don't fucking know. All I know is the story I was telling a story Monday or Tuesday or whatever fucking day it was. I was doing a cast. I was telling a fucking story, but because I got to drive to work and drive back, because I'm not homeless, but I'm a poor, regular fucking money-making motherfucker and not fucking millions of dollars like fucking Bill, that I have to fucking do this shit while I'm driving or while I'm fucking, goddamn dear, anything but fucking peaceful. So, the point is, I fucking, like I've said, I make jokes, I make them fucking funny, and then next thing you know, I fucking butcher it because I'm doing it off the top of my head, and it's responding to Bill and his shit. Love it, Bill. No offense, but lately the podcast has been boring as fuck. I mean, your stand-up was funny. You're a funny dude. You're a great dude. You're hilarious. You kept Nia for 11, 20, whatever, however many, who gives a fuck years. You're a good guy. Obviously, you're a great dad. You tell all the stories about, playing with your kids and blah, blah, blah. But I don't even know where the fuck point is, I'm fucking poor. I'm broke. I'm poor. I work 40 hours a week. I pay my rent. I pay my bills. I pay my streaming. I got enough money for maybe a bottle of alcohol or a fucking, go out one night or, maybe fix something on the truck. And that's fucking it. So, buy me, like I said, pay for the flight. Pay for the fucking hotel and the flight. I'll put the money towards the ticket. I won't even go. I won't even fucking go. I will donate the money of the ticket towards somebody who needs or wants the ticket more than I need it or want it. They can have it. Just let me have lunch or whatever the fuck with your fucking bald, red-haired ass, which I don't understand. How can you be bald and red-haired? Now, I do get it in a way. I have black hair on top. But you look at my facial hair, right at my chin is white, and then it goes to a blondish, and it goes to a black on the neck beard, they call it. So I get that, in a way. But regardless, I could pay $80 and go see Nikki Glazer in my own land, so to speak, in my own territory, where I could drive less than an hour, see Nikki Glazer. Obviously, I'm not, we're not, she's not sleeping with me. I'm not, I'm not getting nowhere with Nikki. I mean, she's fucking gorgeous. 40 years old, 50 years old, whatever. I know she's in her lower 40, she's not 50. But my point is, I could, for the same price as just the fucking ticket, I can go see her, a beautiful woman who is still funny. I'm not saying it's equal. I'm not saying, that's to be judged by the critics and whatever fucking award show there is for comedy, if there is one. But no, the point is, it's like, dude, you keep fucking telling people, fly out to New York, buy a ticket, do this, do that. And it's like, dude, you're acting like the billionaires that you talk shit about. Every fucking podcast, it's billionaires this, billionaires that. And I'm not saying, you said you pay your employees well. I believe you. I like I said, you're my favorite comedian. No shit talking. Love you to death. I believe you pay your people well. But let's be fucking real, dude. Nobody can afford to fly to New York City for a weekend just to fucking see a Broadway show. Even if it is a benefit. Like I said, I'd love to benefit families that help. Are you kidding me? If I made fucking... If somebody handed me $10 million right now, 9 of it, and I swear this on this podcast, I swear this on, I don't give a fuck. Quote me on this shit. Quote me. Joseph motherfucking Leone on this podcast. Bill Burr's copycast, spoofcast, reaction podcast. You give me $10 million, 8 to 9 million is going to families in fucking need. I don't give a fuck. I don't know what you're doing with your money. I don't know what the billionaires are doing with their money, but I am helping the struggling people. So Christmas comes, I will be at the mall. I will be paying for those single mothers buying all those fucking presents. I will be paying for those single fathers struggling to buy those presents. I will be fucking looking for those families that are struggling and sad because Santa says, I'll give you this, and they can't afford it. I don't fucking understand the millionaire, the billionaire. I don't give a fuck. If it's an heir at the end, because there's no thousandaire. Nobody calls it, I'm a thousandaire. Because I could say that. Oh, I'm a, 40,000 a year. I'm a thousandaire. No, nobody says that shit. You're a fucking millionaire. You've done plenty of shows. You're going to Abu Dhabi. You're going to London. You're going to fucking... You're in New York doing Broadway. You want to talk shit about fucking Elon Musk and Bill Gates and all them building houses. Yes, you're not a billionaire, so I understand. Your millions can go fast. And in today's economy, the millions can go very fast. I understand that. But, dude, don't bash a billionaire when you have enough money to help a poor family yourself. And from what I've heard, you don't help them. Patrice O'Neal, no offense, but that sounds like a famous comedian to me. So if you're doing a benefit, again, I am totally for it. Rich or not, famous or not, I am for a benefit for a family that needs it. I am all for that. That is not my qualm here. My qualm is the fact that the benefits are always for the rich. Like even fucking Los Angeles. Oh, let's do a benefit for all the millionaires who lost their homes. Fuck those people. There's millions of people in Florida right now who cannot afford a fucking bedroom, who can't afford a hotel, who can't afford a fucking thing. And where was the benefit for that, Bill? Where was the benefit? Bill, Cat, fucking Theo Vaughn, Cat, not a cat again. Sorry, Cat. I love you. I'm not. Kevin Hart. Yeah, that's the one. Where were all you rich comedian fuckers when Florida, my home state, got raped by fucking 3 hurricanes? They got like $800. Where the fuck was the benefits? Same thing like years ago. Years ago, there was Haiti. Haiti had earthquakes. Oh, we're going to do benefits. Kevin Hart gave 10,000. 10 fucking thousand? Are you kidding me, you short, stubby cunt? 10,000? You sold out Madison fucking Square Arena. The Rangers Arena. The fucking New York Knicks, whatever you want to call it. You sold that motherfucker out. Sold the fuck out. And you're donating 10,000 to Haiti when they had, death everywhere and struggle and fucking problems? All of you fuckers are corporate and fucking bullshit. Now, again, like I said, Bill's my favorite comedian. Love to meet him. I'd love to meet Kevin too. I'd love to meet Cat. I know Cat's not corporate sold out. Because he, his, like he said, his shit is all Cat Williams Entertainment. It's his own fucking company, blah, blah, blah. But the rest of you guys, you're going to have to prove to me you're not fucking sold out. Because, like I said, there's a benefit when a rich person's family is fucking struggling. But, god damn it, if I were to say my mom passed away, and there's a benefit going on for, a dead normal fucking person. Every one of you rich fuckers like Bill and Kevin, maybe Cat, whoever, Theo Vaughn, would all be like, well, it's it's a fucking normal person. Unless you're gonna pay us $20,000 or $50,000 for an episode, we're not doing it. What the fuck makes? And I'm sorry to say this. I'm really sorry to say this, but what makes Patrice O'Neal's family any fucking better than mine, or any better than anybody's family? Nothing. We're all humans. We all deserve the same respect, and it's a cop-out bullshit fucking bitch-ass move not to do the benefit. The benefit, I respect, I love. Bill, I'm not trashing your benefit. What I'm trashing is the fact that we benefit fucking rich people or families that already have money. If Patrice O'Neal was such a funny comedian, that means his family inherited fucking money. My family doesn't have shit. If I die, my sisters are fucked. They are fucked. They're broke. They're under 18. No money. No life. Nothing. Totally fucked. What does Patrice O'Neal's family have? What? A couple $100,000 in the bank, and they can't afford their, rich lifestyle, whatever. Now, again, before I go all the way ignorant, I'm not saying I don't know Patrice O'Neal. I don't know the story. So that's why, again, I am saying I am totally down to support any family in need. If they're in need, if they're upset, if they're sad, struggling, I am totally in support. But you can't fucking support a bunch of rich people and then say you're advocating for the poor, dude. If you're advocating for the poor, you would fucking fly. Not even me. I don't give a fuck anymore. Fuck it, dude. I don't give a fuck if I meet you. You're a comedian. You're a human. Your fucking dick shrinks like mine. Your pants don't fit like mine. You fucking lose weight and gain weight like I do. You are a human fucking being. I don't give a fuck. But if you're gonna do benefits for people, don't do it for just the rich. Just the fucking people in LA. Oh my God, all the millionaires lost their homes. What about the people in fucking Sarasota, in Florida? What about those people that aren't rich, that lost everything? 6 feet of sand. People in LA, your home burnt down. Okay, like I said, I'm not ignorant. I'm not an asshole. I feel bad. It sucks. If I lost my home, I'd be fucked. But 90% of those fucking homes were $1 million homes or more. I don't give a fuck if it was Colombian or colonial or the artistry. Who gives a fuck about the artistry? Bill, would you rather save your art or your children? Exactly, you fucking funny ass cunt. You'd rather save your children. So who gives a fuck about the houses? At the end of the day, it's the people. And the people in LA, on average, can afford to buy a brand new fucking house, no problem, compared to the people in Florida, in Carolinas, anywhere in the fucking country. But where is your fucking benefit? Who does your benefit go to? The fucking rich. So don't tell me, oh, billionaire this, billionaire that. You're supporting the lower class man. If you are, fucking prove it. Build a house for a bum. Build a fucking house for a homeless man. Prove that shit. Yeah, I'm calling you out. I'm calling all you fuckers out. Because I'm fucking struggling my ass off making this fucking bullshit ass, failure ass podcast to meet somebody who fucking doesn't benefit for rich people already. And then you want to bitch about billionaires? And I'm not, like I said, you're my favorite comedian. We meet in person. I'm not going to be a dick. I just want to have a normal conversation. Like I said, make you laugh. Whatever. But this shit pisses me off because it's like, and it's not that Patrice O'Neal. I have no information on Patrice O'Neal. I cannot say yes or no that this person was rich, famous, poor. I have nothing. So I'm not bashing that. What I'm bashing is the fact that I am from Florida. I was there when the hurricanes hit. I did not hear a single fucking word about a Bill Burr, Kevin Hart, Cat Williams, fucking Theo Vaughn, fucking Burt Kreischer, fucking Tom Segura. I didn't hear any of you fucking rich assholes talk about, we're gonna do a special to give back to the communities of Florida. Or, like I said, or North Carolina, South Carolina. It's only LA. Well, I'm here to represent the average human being in the country when I say, and most of us can say, fuck the rich people in LA. They can afford to buy another house. What about the insurance in Florida? You think the insurance is buying these fucking people houses? No, they're all fucked. But they don't have millions of dollars to build another fucking house. Is anybody doing a fucking thing for them? Not a goddamn thing. But we're doing benefits for rich people in LA who already have millions of dollars. They already have, their house was burned down and they're already on construction on their new house. Let's do a benefit for them. Because God forbid the rich fucking people suffer at all. God forbid Bill does fucking 42 weeks a year like I do fucking 52 weeks a year. But God forbid, because he's so special, right? No, you're a fucking redheaded, bald fucking cunt who happened to be funny, and you got lucky because you pushed it. And I'm pushing it, and I don't give a fuck right now because this is where it goes. I'm done fucking playing advocate for the rich people. You're rich. You're a millionaire. Most Americans are not. You are in the same class as the billionaires are to the rest of us. I'm not saying you deserve to be heard or none of that. No. But don't act like I'm standing up for the common man. And I heard it. It was, well, when they say I made money, it's a problem. But then if I say I'm standing up for the common poor man, it's a problem. Yeah, because you're not a common poor man. You don't act like it. You don't talk like it. Nothing. You act like a fucking millionaire just like every other millionaire acts. Oh, Billy got to lose 20 pounds. Oh, Billy's so bored in his corporate apartment. Oh, God forbid you have a fucking apartment paid for by your company. God forbid you have fucking free time where you get to fucking FaceTime your family. I haven't talked to my little sisters in over a year. And guess what? I don't have a fucking second. I don't have any free time to fucking FaceTime. And even then, they don't have FaceTime because we're fucking poor. So enjoy your fucking kids and your wife. Because guess what? 99% of your fucking fans can't afford or can't do the same fucking thing. So you can talk about red and blue, talk about ties, talk about old men, all the fuck you want. Regardless, you're becoming just like that fucking person commented on my shit. You're becoming a sold out corporate fucking, and I pray to God you fucking hear this, that your funny redheaded cunt ass hears this. I pray to God so that you hear this, so that we will fucking meet and we will talk and everything will be cool. And I can have a different opinion because right now all I'm seeing is corporate sold out Bill Burr. Fucking, like I said, you got millions of dollars. Nia is, a successful businesswoman herself. No fucking reason you're not with your kids. I don't have kids, and I would give every fucking moment to have a kid and be with a kid. And you're traveling the world doing fucking stand-up when you're already fucking rich? What the fuck, dude? Get with your kids, you dumb fuck. But anyway, I'm done. I'm sorry, Bill. I love you to death. Like I said, this is all just me ranting. But the reason why I'm so fucking pissed is today, so I talked about it. I said I had a friend who was a female lesbian stud, like Bill said in his comedy. You got to be friends with the man in the relationship of the lesbian relationship. I tried. It didn't work. I thought it was my fault. Come to find out, this bitch gets fired today. Fired, right? But it was because she came into work smelling and giving off the odor of, alcohol, drugs, other whatever substances. They didn't explain it. We had a big old fucking meeting. Point is, this dude, aka woman, but dude, for the fact of the conversation, comes in smelling like drugs. And this is the person that has offered drugs, has said, let's get high together, let's do this, let's do that. I am in a legal marijuana state, so, that is one of those gray areas with companies. Regardless, you don't go into work smelling high as fuck or being high as fuck. So this happens multiple times, right? And this is the same person, if you listen to my casts, which credit to you if you do, and if you don't, go fuck yourself. But if you listen to my casts before, I said, I was like, Bill made the comment about being friends with the stud, and here I am trying to do that, and it's fucking failing miserably. Well, you know what? Not only did that stud get fired for smelling like fucking, whatever drug, whether it was weed, alcohol, both. I don't think the hard shit has a smell. I'm not sure, but regardless, she got in trouble. First thing that happened, she went straight to the office and tried to rat out the entire company. Oh, Johnny on the first floor does crack every third break, and then Bill on the third floor, he snorts heroin, and then Joe, Josh, and this person, they smoke marijuana, and then this person, they drink alcohol on every third break or every second. It's fucking ignorant, dude. Not to you, Bill. I'm not saying you're ignorant, Bill. This is away from Bill now. This is why I wanted this fucking cast. And I'm sorry, Bill, I took a little bit out on you, but you gotta understand. You came from the same class as me. You came from poor or from low class, and you made your way up to the millions. So you gotta understand where I'm coming from. I love you to death. You're hilarious. Nothing against you. Nothing against Nia, your family. None of that. I love you all. But I'm just, I'm in this mood today. I have the same anger that Bill had, or, maybe still has. And it's just it's a bunch of bullshit because, like I said, I didn't have my black card. I didn't have my LGBTQ card. It was all revoked as soon as I fucking moved here. And I've been bitching for weeks. I've been bitching. I don't understand why. In Florida, I make a black friend. 2 weeks later, it's, yo, my nigga, what's up, my nigga? Hey, how we doing? And nobody got offended because it was all good intention, with love, with care. That's what fucking matters. You could use any word negatively. I could say bouncy ball in a negative way, like, you fucking piece of shit bouncy ball. Any words can be put negative. Point is, this bitch fucking first it's the N-word. She goes to me, I give this motherfucker a ride home. Multiple times. Every time getting out of the car. Hey man, thank you for the ride home. You're a real ass nigga, all that. But when I said it was an issue, then I make a joke about, like I said, I make a joke about the mispronouncing the word lesbian. I said, somebody said Lebanese, the country Lebanon, Lebanese. I said, hey, you can't call people Lebanese out in public like that. It's a joke. It had nothing to do with her. Had nothing to do with, all it had to do with was the mispronunciation of the fucking word. It didn't matter if there was a guy, a girl, a fucking robot on the other side of this person. The point was, the joke was to this person only. It wasn't offensive. And if anything, like I said before in my old cast, if anything, if you're gonna take the joke offensive, it was defending you because I said not to call you that word. But what happens? This fucking wannabe fucking badass, oh, I'm so gangster, I'm so this, I'm so hood. Wannabe fucking gangster fucking goes to the office and talks all these fucking rumors and drama about everybody in the fucking building. Or both buildings. Oh, the back building, they do this and that. and this drug and that drug, and in the front building they do this and that drug and this and that. And my thought is, are you shitting me? Like, not only was I your friend, and then I got trashed for saying my nigga, which I understand. If you're not close enough, I understand it. You know, it's close. The hard R is a definite no. We can all agree on that. Hard R, definite no. Doesn't matter what kind of friendship level. You know, that's disrespectful. But in my upbringing, it was always, that was the greeting. Whether you were white, black, Hispanic, Asian, if you were friends, that was the greeting. Now, that's just where I'm from. I didn't know if it was here, you know, in Michigan, if it was up north, if it was just a personal thing, but apparently it was a personal thing because, like I said, so this person got let go today, and today was a perfect fucking day. Everybody had fun, everybody laughed, it was great. There was no racial tension, no sexual tension. So, I needed to get that off my chest. Yeah, it's Friday night, bonus cast, a little bit about Bill. Bill, like I said, I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to digging you that hard. I'm just fucking sitting here, you know, and I'd love to see a show. I've never seen you in person, live or not. And it sucks because, like I said, I can go and I can pay the same price and see Nikki Glazer and at least get, you know, a little mental stimulation, you know, because she's you know, I'll admit it, she's fucking hot. You know, she's fucking hot. And she's funny, too, so hot and funny. I mean, Bill, you know, what kind of fantasy would I have about you? You're bald, you're a man, you're fucking, you know, there's personally, and I say personally because, you know, all the offensive blah, 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 you don't want to hurt any feelings, but personally, I couldn't, you know, if I met Nikki, not that I'd be starstruck, but it'd be like, oh my God, you know, she's 40, I'm in my 30s, like, I know I'm a nobody, but, you know, if I actually met her in person, I'm like, this might work. I know she has a boyfriend, this is all, you know, hypothetical, but the point is, she's fucking hot, and her price is the same in my city. You're a fucking dude with sweaty balls, sweaty chin, greasy, slimy, sweaty head. I'm just saying that. I don't know. It could be dry. I don't fucking know. You're bald. I don't know how balding works, but regardless, same price. I could see her and actually have, you know, a beautiful woman's image in my head. Or I could pay for a flight and a hotel and a ticket, and still I might not even meet you. I might not even, like, if I'm going to see you, dude, it's not going to be on fucking Broadway. I don't want to see you in tights, dancing around, twinkle toes in. You said you almost laughed. I don't want none of that shit. Like I said, I'm going for fucking brunch, dinner, breakfast, fucking burger and fries, you know, at a fucking, a diner, pub, bar, whatever. That's what I'm going for. Besides that, I will gladly pay the money to see Nikki Glazer, and I'll be my single, lonely self and fucking do what men do, you know, because that's what it is. But, no, point is, this fucking stud-ass motherfucker who, you know, Bill says, oh, you gotta be friends. Like I said, you gotta be friends with the man in a relationship. Well, Bill, I did exactly what you said, and not only did it fail miserably, but this person tried to throw the entire company under the bus, talking about this person does acid, and this person does mushrooms, and this person does cocaine and crack and heroin, all these bad things. And you know what the funniest part is about all of it? Is this stud, fucking whatever you want to call her motherfucker, was the one trying to sell the shit. She was the one trying to off the shit, and she's the one that comes in smelling like drugs and then wants to fucking throw every other name under the bus. And thank God to the owners, thank God and praise to the owners and the management that they didn't just fucking take her word for it and just fucking go crazy. Not that it matters. You know, I'll piss in a fucking cup right now. I'll piss in a cup. I'll piss on the floor. I don't give a fuck where you want. You know, most of us, we're all confident in our drug test abilities. So, you know, go ahead and do what you gotta fucking do. And I don't mean this as a diss to the company. I love the company. I love my job. You know, I'm not putting names for a reason. But the fact is, you know, this is the same person that said I couldn't say you're a real ass nigga. And like I said, I'm not putting the R on it. I'm not putting any racial. It's all 100% love and care. But I wasn't allowed to say that. But you're allowed to fucking throw me and 20 other people under a bus that doesn't fucking exist for drugs that we don't do just to try to, because you're mad because you got busted smelling like alcohol or weed or whatever the fuck it is. Like, dude, I don't give a fuck, lesbian, straight, gay. I don't give a fuck. That is some petty bitch nigga bullshit. You are a bitch. You're a pussy. I don't care if you listen to it or not. You are a pussy. Nobody rats out their entire company. You take the fucking loss, and here's the worst part. This bitch got 1 day suspension. How many companies do you fucking know that will give you a day suspension for drugs? None of them. Every company in the goddamn world, you're fired. You are fired. You come in on drugs, you're fucking fired. You're out, that's it. Fuck you. You're a drug addict. Get out, go. That's how companies are. This bitch got 1 day suspension. Go home. You're high or drunk or whatever. Go home. Sober up. Come back tomorrow. And this bitch comes back tomorrow talking about my boss does this, my friend does that, this person does this, that person does that. These people do this. These people sneak off and do that. Blah, blah, blah. How fucking petty are you? Take your fucking loss. Take your 1 day off. Especially the 1 day off. You should have been fired. You should have been fucking fired on the spot. No question. Doesn't matter what anybody else does. You were given a golden fucking ticket. A Willy Wonka golden ticket. You got 1 day off. Go home, sober up. Whether it was weed, alcohol, regardless. You got a free pass on Monopoly on the worst part. And what do? Instead of taking it and coming back to work the next day, even if you got high or you got drunk, do it a little less. No, what you did is you came back and you threw the entire company under the bus. And we had a meeting, and you know they mentioned everything to the company, and I feel horrible for the owner because the owner lost a child to addiction. I don't know what it was. You know, I'm no comment, no speculation, but so the owner's crying while we're having this drug speech. All because this fucking ignorant, immature ass bitch wanted to try and bring the whole company down with her because marijuana's legal in Michigan, so a lot of people smoke. I'm not saying at work. I'm not saying it's right at work. I'm not saying you should at work. I'm not endorsing it. All I'm saying is, being legal, people smoke, people drink, people do things. Why the fuck, knowing what the owner's been through, knowing that all your good friends are working, you threw all your friends under the bus, you made the owner cry, and on top of that, most of the people, I'm assuming, I don't know, you know, I'm new to Michigan, I don't know their lives, but I'm assuming most of them, it's rumors about, or, you know, maybe they tried something once, you know, whatever, but the point is, who the fuck are you, you fucking piece of shit cunt, to quit or get fired or whatever because you smell like drugs, you're the lazy ass, grumpy ass bitch who comes in all drugged out, and you want to fucking try and get everybody in the company fired or in trouble because marijuana's legal or because you tried to sell chocolate bars with fucking mushrooms in it to your boss and your coworkers and etc. Like, no, fuck that. Fuck that. Who the fuck are you? I just moved to Michigan. If I would have, like I said, I'm comfortable. You could drug test me. I'll piss on the floor. I'll piss in a cup. I'll piss everywhere for you, right? Right fucking now. I will piss all over the place because I am comfortable with my, I take my prescribed medicines. I smoke my legal marijuana, not at work, not on the way to work. It's a DUI, so, that is what it is. That's fucking, there's no question about it. So, most of us, we're comfortable. It's the fact of, I can't say that you're a real nigga. You can't, and all the other quote unquote white or less than mixed folks couldn't say that's my that's my nigga, man. That's my home. That's my 100% ass real ass nigga. Which, if you're listening to this and you take offense, right there you're racist, because damn straight anybody I'm talking to, even in this cast, if you're listening, like I said, I say my nigga, I'm saying it as love. You listening to this and you say that and you hear that, you're my nigga, dog. We're all in this low class together. We're struggling together. There's no fucking color, like the color, all that, none of that matters anymore. And I was never raised to see black or white or Asian. I was never raised to see all that. But for this fucking person who is a quarter black, not even half, not even 3/4, 1/4, one grandpa was black. The rest is white, is from what I'm told. I don't even give a fuck. All could be black, regardless. It wasn't about race. It was the fact of, you get in trouble for a drug that you're not supposed to be, smoking, drinking, whatever at work. And you have the balls to try and fuck the entire company. Not just the good people or the bad people, I mean. Not just the bad people. Like, oh, well, this guy's a bad worker. Or, no. This was an attack on the entire fucking company. And even the person's best friend in the company got attacked the hardest. How do you do that? Bill, how could you attack your best friend? How could you send Nia to prison? Or make Nia lose her job? You couldn't. Because you love her. I don't understand how this fucking cunt could try and send her best friend at work off the job, fired, whatever it would have been, had all this been true. So that's my thing. Like I said, bonus Friday. I really wasn't expecting it, but we had a meeting, we had a talk, and the one person who was the realest, quote unquote, realest nigga ever was the fakest, lying, backstabbing, fucking try to get you fired, the cleanest person there. Like, take the most straight edge, clean person there. Never drank, never smoked, never did anything drug-wise in their life. And this bitch is talking about, oh, well, they were doing cocaine in the porta potty, and they were doing, heroin in the lunchroom, and it's fucking, dude, we had, all day we talked about it, and it was fucking ignorant and stupid. And I just don't get it, because so many people have given this person rides home. So many people have helped this person and been just 100% nice and honest and caring. And you want to come back and you want to try and shut this entire company down over some rumors. And, of course, the owner, like I said, the owner lost a child to an addiction or an overdose. I don't know the story. I'm not getting into it. Regardless, you hurt everybody. You hurt fucking top down, owner to janitor, or whatever the lowest. Owner to bottom to top, top to bottom. You hurt every person's feelings because you were too ignorant enough to come into work without smelling like weed or alcohol or whatever the fuck it is you were doing. And now all of us, we all gotta, you know, I'm not saying quit drugs at work. It wasn't like that. But now we all gotta be on our P's and Q's. And we all gotta act fucking, extra special because now management is fucking paranoid that everybody's a drug addict because you said that everybody was because you're mad that you got busted for being a fucking, not even an addict because it was, weed. And I'm not going to say there's addiction or not. That's for all you to decide. But the fact of the matter is, alcohol, weed, one of the two, both the two. This bitch came in smelling like it and put the whole company on blast saying everybody does it. And that's not fucking something you do. Even if it was true. Even if it was true and everybody does it, which I don't even know because I don't know everybody. But say it was. Say it was fucking true. That's none of your goddamn business. And as an adult, it's none of your fucking business to announce what anybody else does. Now, yes, if you were molested, if you were treated bad, if you were treated, racially unfair, sexually unfair, any of that, by all means, cover your ass, protect yourself. I am fully for that. But if you walk into work stoned or drunk or whatever, high as fuck, and the managers or owners call you out on it, you don't throw the entire company under the bus saying everybody gets high, everybody drinks. Well, no shit, people drink. We get home, I had a drink tonight. That's probably why I gave Bill so much shit. And if he hears this, he's probably going to fucking roast the fuck out of me. Because, I went off on him for a second. And it's all because this fucking stud-ass fuck wants to feel like they're fucking so hoity-toity that they're allowed to fucking get fucked up at work. Not even saying none of us are allowed because, like I said, you should not. It's wrong. Even smoking weed, and I'm a legal marijuana person all day. But I will admit, the few times in my life I've tried to smoke and go to work, it has ruined it. It has fucked it up. So, not even just me, but like I said, this person's best friend was the first person thrown under the bus and the hardest thrown under the bus. How can you do that to your best friend? That's like Bill throwing Nia. That's like Bill saying Nia's a crackhead whore. He would never he would. Unless Nia went down that road and was ruining their children's lives. And even then, I feel like Bill would get her help or something. And same thing with Kat. Kat, he mentioned he has, I don't want to say multiple wives, but he has women in his life. Point is, if someone was treating his children wrong, he wouldn't just fucking, all of a sudden every woman in my life is a scumbag. No, he would probably try to get that woman help or at least exclude her. But, the fact that this person was so fucking petty after bragging about, I'm a real nigga, I'm a real gangster, I'm real, I don't talk shit, I'm not fake, blah, blah, blah. And then you do the fakest, most shit-talking thing a person could damn near possibly do besides cheating in a marriage or, something similar. I am blown away, and so is every other employee. Fucking blown away. The one person you thought you could trust, the one person you thought you could go to and say anything, and that person fucking let it rip. Let it rip. Every rumor, every story. You could have told a story like, 40 years ago I was addicted to Quaaludes. They don't even make Quaaludes anymore. It's not even a fucking, it's not a current prescription you can even get. So the only person in the world who has any Quaalude left would be someone who saved it for 30 fucking years minimum. Point is, this bitch has the balls to say, everybody's doing Quaaludes, that everybody's doing drugs, and they're all high, and they're all super fucked up, and yada yada. Bitch, I hit my numbers. Our boss hit their numbers. Everybody else, we all hit our numbers. Nobody gets hurt. Like I said, I don't know, but I can't speak for anybody else, but personally, you could piss test me, you could blood test me, do what you gotta fucking do. But and I'm not saying this to the owners. Like I said, I my heart goes out extremely to the owners because this bitch has no fucking empathy. Owners lost a child. Not a parent, a child. I lost my mom and I'm devastated. Losing a child? Oh my God. And then you have a fucking immature bitch like this that wants to come in and say that the whole fucking company is on drugs when the child died of an overdose? Are you fucking shitting me? Not even if I was that person tattletaling on the company, even if the whole company was on the worst drugs possible, I'm not going to go to the owner and make the owners fucking cry about their children, especially over fucking rumors and bullshit drama. And this person I'm talking about is much younger than I am. I'm not saying that that's the excuse, but that's the only thing I can see, because all the older folks my age, or older, don't understand it. It's like you don't do that. You fucking get in trouble for smoking or drinking, whatever it is, or whatever drug. Point is, she got in trouble. You got a 1-day suspension. Take your day off. Take the fucking L. Take the loss. Come back to work the next day sober, ready to go, and everything is fine. But instead, this bitch tries to fucking dismantle the entire business. Fuck you, fuck that. That is the most immature pussy move I've ever heard in my life. I don't give a fuck if the person hears it or not. Do what you gotta do. Bill, I'm sorry. I was ranting. I love you. You're fucking hilarious. You are boring lately on the podcast. Other than that, like I said, I had a few drinks. Don't fucking judge me. I'm a normal person like you guys. I make normal money like you guys. I'm fucking sitting in the car. It's after sunset. We're sitting here just blabbing on. But I had to get it out because it's fucking wild, man. Fucking wild that the person that smells and portrays drugs the most has the fucking balls not only to act like you can't say you're my nigga after you called me that. You called me the realest nigga alive. And then when I say you're a cool nigga, it's a problem. That's one of my conditional words. You cannot say that to me friendly over and over and over. And then when I say it just as friendly, you get offended. No. If that's the case, don't say cracker. Don't say this. Don't say that. There's a whole list of words. We're not going into that. It's intent. I intended love. You didn't take it as love. That's your fucking problem. But no, either way, you're not going to sit here and mostly this is for the boss. And I'm not putting the boss's name out or gender out or any of that. I'm not putting the company, the owners, none of that. Even the person who did all this, none of that's being put out. The person will know if they listen. If they listen, they'll know who the fuck they are, because you're the only scumbag with tiny enough balls to fucking get in trouble yourself and try to make the rest of the company look bad because your balls are so small that you can't fucking just take 1 day off. Any other company in the fucking country would have fired you on the spot. And they were nice enough to give you the day off. All they said was go home, sober up, come back. And this bitch still had the fucking tiny little fucking nuts to try and get everybody. I don't mean me. I don't mean my boss. I mean everybody. But I'm defending my boss because that's the person, that my boss gave this person multiple warnings. And I don't mean warnings like mean. I mean, hey, I don't mind. I know you work hard, but ownership, management they're going to smell or see or notice whatever's wrong, and they're going to say something eventually. And what happens? It's fucking said, and now it's all of a sudden it's the boss's fault, and it's, my fault and other coworkers' fault. We're all, like I said, there's 2 buildings, and everybody in both buildings we're all fucking drug addicts. We're all doing drugs at work. We're drinking and smoking at work, and now it's this big fucking ordeal. And, like I said, I don't care. You can test me. You go to call my doctor. You do what you got to do on my end. But I feel bad, and I'm scared for all my coworkers because, smoking is legal in the state. I'm not, like, again, 3rd time now I'll say this, at work or on the way to work, driving. I understand it's a DUI. It's most companies don't accept it at work. So, all of that I 100% agree with. But nobody in the company that I've met or walked across so far has given a smell or any kind of action or vibe as to being high, drunk, stoned, whatever fucking words you want to put it. But this bitch comes in daily smelling like fucking a damn near dispensary and wants to give shit and wants to try and fuck everybody. And personally, I take it because I moved to Michigan. I don't have backup. Most people here, I'm not saying they have backup, but they have family. I got fired because this bitch, told management everybody's doing something, and management had no trust because they could have easily said, you know what? We don't trust any of you guys anymore. We're hiring all new people. And you couldn't blame them because that was the rumor. But the point is, most people here, they have a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, cousins, somebody that they could say, hey, I got fucked at this job. Give me a couple weeks, please, stay on your couch, whatever the case, extra room. I'll get another job. I'll get my place back. I don't have that. I moved up here with my cat and nothing else. My wife cheated. She left me. She doesn't want me. She chose her path. I chose mine. My path was move up north. I always wanted snow. I always wanted seasons. It was me and my cat. That was it. If I lose my job, I don't have I can't call my dad or mom's gone. Dad doesn't give a flying fuck. Yes, when it comes to life and death, he does. But if I called him right now and said, hey, this dumb bitch at work fucking accused me of some dumb shit, and, they let everybody go before drug testing or before verifying, my dad's not going to give a fuck. He's going to say, well, that's your problem. Fuck you. You're an adult. Deal with it. And, on that note, one last thing to Bill. I forgot to mention it not only earlier, but in Monday's cast. Talking about, dad being tough. I mentioned my mom how if in my bike accident, I was riding my bicycle racing and I fell. Chain popped. Fell over the front of the bike. Hit my head, hit my arm. Bleeding from my head, bleeding from my arm. My mom would have taken me to the hospital. She would have freaked out. Like I said, she would have prayed. She would have had medicine. She would have done everything. Dad, he was the guy where I called him. I said, hey, I wrecked on my bike. I'm bleeding all over. I need you to come home. He comes home. He's the guy that's like, let's pour pure mercury in it, and then we'll cut off the skin. We'll cut off the extra meat with a hot razor. And then after it's all cut off and said and done, we're going to solder the fucking wound shut with a red hot knife. That's the kind of dad I got, Bill. And I'm not saying you had worse. I'm not saying you had better. But that was my fucking healing method. There was no hospital. There was no fucking, like I said, my dad, for being born in the same era as you, he is exactly like your dad. If you're telling the truth, and Bill Burr says my dad was an awesome guy. He has said that, and I will say my dad's an awesome guy too. But if I had to call somebody right now to save my life, I hate to say it, it damn sure wouldn't be fucking him. Because the way he acts, he only gives a fuck about himself and what's going on in his current life. I'm in my mid-30s. I'm a man. He's old school. To him, a man takes care of a man. So, I understand it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying I agree with it. But that's my dad. I understand that. I understand if I'm about to fucking die in a hurricane or a snowstorm or whatever the fuck, if I call him and say, hey, I'm about to get, this is it. I'm out. Life is over for me. He's not running to the rescue. That's my point. But no. So, yeah, for Bill, the 2 points were, my dad is just as harsh, if not maybe even a little more harsh. That's something, we could talk about like I said, in a lunch. If you don't want to talk about it, that's fine too. We could fucking joke. Other than that, I want to say sorry for bitching, but at the same time, I'm not sorry because you do have millions and, or a million at least, a couple million guaranteed. You can't bullshit that because even Hulu, that, it was announced you got $15 million. I don't know if it was for one special, multiple. I know you got to pay for your own, you mentioned paying for your own casting or your own production. I'm not saying you're rich, buddy. What I'm saying is you got enough money where you can retire now. You're fucking damn near 60. You can retire now and spend it with your kids. My little sisters are growing up with my dad. He's 60. He's born in 64, so he's actually 61 this year. He's older than you. And he's retired and spending every day with those little girls, and they're still not going to have enough of their dad. So, Bill, I know you love comedy. I love your comedy. I don't want you to quit. I want you to be like George Carlin, and I want you to keep making stand-ups till you die. Like, and that's not a negative. That's a positive. That's me saying you're fucking hilarious. I relate to you. You're funny. You're great. But at the same time, I wouldn't be mad if you fucking retired right now and spent the rest of your life with your family. Dude, you're damn near 60. Your title is Drop Dead Years. That's the fucking title. You're giving yourself you give yourself a massive clue as to what you should be doing with your life. What should I be doing? I'm not saying Glengarry Glen Ross isn't cool. I'm not saying Broadway isn't cool. I would love, it'd be a dream to be hired by you and to like take over, not your spot, because I can never be Bill Burr, but to, you retire and you hire young people. Like you said, you hire the young people, you retire, you enjoy Nia, you enjoy your kids, watch them grow up, be a dad, be there. Fuck FaceTime, fuck all that. Be with your family, dude. You got the money. And pay idiots like me to make a fucking podcast or a video. I'll do Squarespace for you. I'll do Open Phone. I'll do fucking Simply Safe. Not even just me. Anybody. Pick fucking random Bill. There's a page, Bill Burr Arc. That person, they post all kinds of shit about you that's funny. Pick them. There's another Pantai Power, another, YouTube page. Like, dude, you have enough money fucking... I'm not saying don't do comedy, because, if you like it, that's fine. But fuck that 41 weeks, 40 weeks, 50 weeks a year shit. I'm in my 30s, and if I had the money you had, I would not do that now. And I'm in my 30s with no children, no wife that's loving, or around me or anything like that. And I would retire right the fuck now if I had $10, $15 million, because I could live a comfortable life. And I know this rant was supposed to be about this fucking bitch at work that caused all this goddamn drama because this dumbass is too stupid to fucking smell and act sober on the way to work. And I don't even mean act, because that's wrong. I don't mean act like, oh, get fucked up and then pretend you're cool. No. What I'm saying is, you're ignorant enough to be fucking high and drunk or whatever at work, and then you want to fucking ruin it or try to ruin it for all the company, the entire fucking company. And, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm sorry, but Bill, a couple things have been there between the funny, the money, the billionaire shit. Like, you go on about billionaires every week, and yet you're fucking a millionaire and not even giving back. You don't have to give back. You earned your money, but what the fuck are you doing traveling the world and being depressed, missing your family? Why are you making fucking mayonnaise, dude? You are rich. You're a millionaire. Your wife makes decent money, I'm sure. I thought she was a realtor or real estate, whatever. Regardless, you have 2 children that love you to death. You have a wife that loves you to death. What the fuck are you doing? Go home, bro. Go the fuck home. And this is from a guy who wants to meet you. I want to meet you in New York. I want to meet you in another city or in my city. I want to have lunch and fucking talk to you and actually, maybe, like I said, get a picture, an autograph, put it on my podcast, fucking feel like I was a somebody. But at the same time, I don't understand why the fuck you're still doing what you're doing and saying you miss your family. I miss my sisters. If I had $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, 4 or 5, whatever, I would not be missing my fucking sisters. And that's my sisters. I don't even have kids or a wife. So you're going to have to explain that to me, Bill. You're going to have to explain that. If we ever talk, I'm going to need to know why you sacrifice family time at damn near 60 when you have enough fucking money. Like I said, is it your lifestyle? Are you paying for nannies and for a mansion and for a fucking Maserati and all this shit that you can't afford, so you gotta go out and you gotta fucking slave your life away to comedy so that you can fucking afford Nia and afford your kids? I don't believe that. Nia's, from all I've heard, from all I've listened to, Nia is a wonderful person. She is no way in shape or form going to drag you poor and drag your life out till you're a fucking skeleton so that she can be happy. That I don't believe it. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. No. She's too nice and caring. You have kids together. Get your ass off the fucking road and spend it with your family, because my mom died at 56. 56. Bill, 1968, 2025. 57 is this year. My mom is gone at 56 years ago. No widowmaker, no drop dead, just fucking life. I'm telling you now, dude. I understand you got money. I understand life changes. I understand you have a little more freedom. You want to do stuff. But do it with your family. Bring your family. If you gotta homeschool your kids and bring Nia to every goddamn show, do it, because you will regret it when you're gone or they're gone or someone's gone. You'll fucking regret it. I wish I could have spent hours and hours and hours and hours with my mom. I wish and wish and wish. But you know what? She's fucking gone. And I can't do shit about it. I can't say sorry. I can't say I love you. I can't give her a fucking hug. She is gone. And I'm poor. You have the money to fucking make this shit happen. Don't sell out, Bill. Don't sell out to Netflix, Hulu. I don't give a fuck. Censor me. Fucking cancel me. Fucking throw me under. I don't give a fuck. Do what's right by your family first. Fuck Glengarry, Glen Ross. Fuck Abu Dhabi. Fuck London. And I don't mean fucking in negative. I don't mean like there's bad places or bad people. What I mean is, You have earned your keep in life. You have earned your place in fucking life. Enjoy your fucking family, because say you drop dead in Abu Dhabi. What happens to your kids now? They have Nia, yes, but daddy's gone. And as a child, an adult, who has lost a parent young, that is not the fucking way, Bill. I'm not a life coach. I'm a couch coach right now. I'm a fucking, in my car studio coach. But dude, if I have to give up this podcast and give up trying to meet you, just so that you fucking realize the importance of family, which you're getting there, in your comedies you're getting there, but like, dude, I'm hoping that you're joking about the 41 weeks a year. I'm praying you're joking, because if you're not, like I said, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Why is money and traveling and making strangers like me, who don't mean shit to you, why does making them laugh mean more than making your wife laugh, making your kids happy? You should not be fucking FaceTiming your kids from New York. Okay, the play, I'll give you the play. Finish your play. Do your play. You never did a play before. You did a movie. You did stand-up. Now you're doing a play. Fine. Love you. Like I said, benefit of the doubt. Do your play. After the play, give it the fuck up. Go to your family. Have family time. Dude, you're not going to be 114. You said something about being 57 and double that's 114. Realistically, none of us are making it there. Why the fuck aren't you with your family? I don't get it. I would do anything to be with my family the rest of my life. And that's the whole point of this podcast. Meet you, meet somebody, meet a comedian, get whether it's acting, stand-up, fucking podcast, whether I'm just reading advertisements. I don't give a flying fuck. The point is, my whole goal of this, besides meeting the people that I think are funny, is to support my fucking family. I have little sisters that are under 18, and if my dad dies, they are fucked. And it's my job to be the man of the family and take care of them. And it just pisses me off to see a man like Bill, or a man that's got money, on the road complaining about, I'm sad, I miss my wife, I miss my kids, my daughter and my son, we play this game called Daddy, You're So Rich, Why Aren't You Home? Like, dude, and again, love you to death. I'm nobody to talk. I don't have kids. And just like you were when you didn't have kids, it's, I got a dog. Mine gets put down if they bite somebody. Yours only gets a warning. No, I'm totally with you, Bill. But on the note of family, especially the way you cherish family, I don't fucking understand. Besides the play I get. You haven't done a Broadway play. You've done a movie, all that. I get that. But Abu Dhabi, London, all that, you've done all that already. If you're not bringing your family, what the fuck are you doing? Bring your kids to London. You know how awesome it would have been if my dad brought me to London? If he could afford it and all that. Like, dude, homeschool those fucking kids. It's probably better than public or Catholic or whatever fucking school they're in anyway. Homeschool them. Teach them, between you and Nia and maybe a nanny or a teacher, whatever. Do that. Fucking, like I said, I know you've made enough money by yourself. I don't even count Nia's money. I don't know what she does. I think it's real estate. I'm not 100%. I don't fucking know. I don't care. Point is, Bill made enough by now to retire and enjoy your family for the rest of your natural life. So, no excuse. Get off your ass. Be with your family. Enjoy it while you can, because people like me are out here hoping and struggling to meet someone like you just to have a fucking chance in life, just so I can actually visit my family. let alone be with them for the rest of my life. So, dude, I'm out here busting my ass making these fucking stupid podcasts that, God forbid, who knows how many people listen to, if any fucking buddy. I know Bill and his legal team and all his fuckers aren't listening to a fucking thing. And I'm doing this, busting my ass, spending fucking my Friday night out here in the truck, ranting and raving, because I want to make something so I can actually give my little sisters and my family a life they fucking deserve. Meanwhile, a millionaire comedian who's already provenly fucking funny is out traveling, has a whole schedule for this whole year of traveling the fucking world and leaving his family in the fucking gutter. And, dude, this is such a dual message because I'm such an asshole saying this, but then I'm gonna say, oh, Bill's my favorite comedian, and he is. But comedy and family life, just like Bill Clinton, great president, horrible husband, they don't mix. You don't got to be a good husband to be a good businessman. You can run a McDonald's successfully and cheat on 17 wives, and your McDonald's will still be successful. And or the opposite. You can have 17 successful wives and your McDonald's shuts down because you're a shitty owner. My point is, I don't understand, not even just Bill. And for Bill, like I said, you're never going to listen to this. I'm a fucking nobody. I'm just a fucking mouth-breathing, ignorant, poor person to you, you fucking cunt. But on any note, any rich person, any comedian, that's got enough money, even Snoop Dogg, dude, you're a grandpa, you're rich, you're famous, beyond words. You carried the fucking Olympic blunt. You carried the Olympic blunt, dude. Like, what else do you need? Spend your time with your family. Fuck the rap and the beef and, fuck supporting Kendrick or supporting Drake and supporting Eminem and, this is my homie and they shouldn't be talked about. Fuck all that. Enjoy your fucking families, because us poor people down at the fucking bottom don't get to see our families. And it's bullshit that you rich people like fucking Bill, that, you have damn near enough money to do whatever the fuck you want as far as family-wise. You're out there talking about, oh, I'm on the street 40, 50 weeks a year doing stand-up here, stand-up there, the fucking Broadway show, this and that. I call bullshit. You're full of shit. Like I said, give me $5 million and I'll spend the rest of my life right fucking next to my family, having fun, smiling, and laughing. I'm not doing stand-up for people after, if I get millions, I'm not going on the podcast maybe, but I'm not traveling the world alone and leaving my wife and kids at home for most of the year because I want to make an extra $5 million on top of the $5 million I made last year and the 5 and 5 and 5 and 5 millions I made years before that. Dude, Bill, please, if you ever fucking listen to this, your legal team, your fucking friend Andrew, the fucking lesbian music boy, I don't fucking know his name. I don't give a fuck. Any of you listen to this, explain to me why the fuck you're still wasting family time when you have the money to not to. Because I would do anything to have the money that you have to spend with my family. Like you said, we live once. If you're going to die and that's it, why the fuck are you in New York or Abu Dhabi or London when you could be in LA with your wife and kids? You love your wife, right? You say she's beautiful. The lovely Nia. That's all you say. The lovely Nia. If she's so lovely, why the fuck are you thousands of miles away? I'm not going to say, oh, I love going to this place on vacation and then go to fucking the opposite end of the world like, oh man, Miami Beach is beautiful on spring break. and then spring break I go to fucking Kazakhstan. The fuck logic is there? But anyway, no, I'm sorry to all the rich and famous. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to bitch, but this fucking stud fucking sensitive cunt who wants to act like everything is racial and sexual, all this tension I've had at work, all this tension I've had in my life. I even mentioned it. I said getting hazed in Michigan, and I felt like Michigan and the North in general was fucking racist, and I didn't understand it because I'm from Florida. We're supposed to be in the South, the dirty South, the Confederacy, blah, blah, blah. So moving here with the racial bullshit, I was like, I don't fucking get it, because this is supposed to be, more equal, more free, at least in the Civil War era. But now I realize it was the one person. This one person got fired. We had our meeting. Obviously it's tense at work because everybody's nervous about, I don't want to puff on my cigarette, or I don't want to puff on my marijuana, or, whatever, because it's so tight now because this fucking dumb cunt wanted to fucking throw everybody under the bus, which, again, I'm not saying do any drugs at work. I'm not advocating any of that. But if you're such a gangster and you're such a badass and such a hard ass, you don't throw your best friends, your company, you don't try to get the whole place shut down because you got busted being a dumb fuck. And that's my point. That's my bonus cast. I like I said, I'm not trying to rag on any comedians or Bill in specific. It's just the bonus cast. The anger came out because this fucking dumb fucking piece of shit. Like I said, I gave the benefit of the doubt. Bill said, be friends with the man in the relationship. I'm not saying it's Bill's fault. That was a comedy. He's being funny. I'm just saying I took that advice and I tried it. And, not only a couple weeks ago did I mention that it didn't fucking work, but now this motherfucker wants to get fucking in trouble for, like I said, being a druggie, and then wants to fucking say that the entire company's on drugs. Yeah, there's a slight issue with that. And so, again, I'm sorry to everybody I blasted. Other than that, it's a bonus cast, so I don't have any fucking explaining to do. I already did my Fridays for Bill for Thursday. I reacted the most. Like I said, I fixed my couple fuck-ups. My one fuck-up, Nikki Glazer's, sexy, and she's in town for the same price as Bill's ticket. And I don't gotta fly. I don't gotta buy a hotel. So, explain to me why I should make myself fucking, not have rent to come see you when I can see her and she's actually, sexually attractive, at least to me. And then my second thing was, like I said, my mom, when it comes to getting hurt when I crashed on my bike, I meant to compare it to Bill's dad, because Bill, his dad is so bad. You hear all the stories. He doesn't talk about Billy Corgan or any of the family. It's always just, my dad was a fucking piece of shit, yada yada. So I wanted to compare it because I forgot to mention, I mentioned my mom was like I said, she'd pray, she'd clean it, she'd pray, she'd fucking put, peroxide or whatever. She'd make sure I was clean, healthy, happy, fucking Band-Aids. Whatever the case, she was a full caring mom. But no, my dad, I called him. I said, hey, I crashed on my bike. It's pretty serious. I said, I got blood running down my face from my head. I don't know where it is from, but I got blood on my face. I got blood on my arms, my legs. I'm covered in fucking blood. I need you to come home and figure out if I'm going to fucking die or not. And he comes home, and it was like a 5-minute, oh, you're fucking good. Deal with it. Fucking rub some dirt in it and you get the fuck over it. And that was it. So I wanted to fix those two things from my earlier cast. Like I say always, I read off my notes. It's a one take. I don't do editing. I did pause for my breakfast this morning. Other than that, I don't do editing. So when I skip when I fuck up, when I pause, when I'm thinking. This is all natural. This is all off the top of the head. There's no script. There's no notes. So if you don't like it, go fuck yourself because I'm trying. If you do like it, go fuck yourself in a good way. And thank you for listening. Bill, again, I'm sorry to rant on you, but go fuck yourself. Nia, I'm not saying go fuck yourself. Not to Nia. But talk your fucking husband into staying home. I know you guys have enough money. I don't know what your lifestyle is, but I know you guys have enough money. He doesn't need to fucking travel anymore. He's goddamn near 60. You got 20, 30 years max with the dude. You know, I mean, well, obviously we all hope for more, but being realistic, you don't got much time left. So fucking dude, what the fuck? Like, get with your family. Nia, get on his ass. Nia, I know you can control him. You own that motherfucker. You own that pasty white, red bald fuck. You own him. Bring his ass home. Make him do what you want. Make him agreeable. Make him fucking go to the new restaurant. Make it happen. I want to hear more. Yay. I want that every fucking day. For Nia and for the kids and for Bill. For all of you. For all of you. Every listener. Every day I want you to have a yay day. Not the fucking day I had. Which wasn't even bad. It's just fucking hilarious. And it pissed me off. Couple drinks later. And I'm fucking ranting about everything. Anyways. Bonus cast. Didn't even have to happen. So go fuck yourselves. Talk to you Tuesday after Bill. Hopefully we have a better weekend. Hopefully you have a good weekend. And that's that. Yep. I'm out.